Okay, so now we're going to see some examples of chemical reaction that we can or we may perform in lab. So the first example is burning of magnesium ribbon. As you can see here in this animation, magnesium ribbon is burning with a very bright light. It produces a very bright light when it catches fire, right? So what is happening over here is when magnesium metal burns in air, it it is combining with oxygen present in air and it forms magnesium oxide. So what happens in this reaction is this magnesium ribbon, which you can see, this ribbon which is carried using a tongue, when it is kept over a flame, it catches fire in some time and it produces a very bright light. See, and this is the reason why magnesium metal is used in firecrackers. And this is what is happening chemically in this reaction. The next example of chemical reaction that we can perform in lab is reaction of lead nitrate with potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. Potassium iodide is Ki, its formula, and lead nitrate is Pb NO3 twice. What happens in this reaction is when potassium iodide is added to lead nitrate solution, both are water-like solution as you can see in this image. So let us say this one is lead nitrate and the component in this solution in this beaker is potassium iodide. What happens when potassium iodide is added to lead nitrate? You see very carefully, a yellow colored substance is forming in this reaction. What is happening over here is lead nitrate when combines with potassium iodide, new substances are getting formed here. So one is this yellow colored substance is lead iodide, and the other substance which gets formed, which is a colorless substance, is potassium nitrate. Sorry. So we have two new substances here from two initial substances. Now this is yellow in color. This is yellow precipitate. In short, it is written PPT, which is insoluble in this liquid. Now, in this reaction, we can see that color of substance is changing from transparent to yellow. In the previous reaction, what we saw is, in this reaction, what we saw is the texture of the substance was changing. So magnesium is a solid metal, and when it burns, it produces a white color powdery substance, which is magnesium oxide. So this is white powder. Now the third example of chemical reaction that we can perform in lab is reaction of a zinc metal with HCl, hydrochloric acid, or sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So this one is hydrochloric acid, and this one is sulfuric acid. So When zinc, which is Zn, combines with HCl or H2SO4, it forms a salt, which is zinc chloride, and it liberates a gas, which is hydrogen in this case. Again, when zinc reacts with H2SO4, sulfuric acid, the reaction will be very similar. It will form a salt, which is zinc sulfate, and will produce hydrogen gas again. So in both of this reaction, what we can see is hydrogen gas is escaping out from the liquid. So let us see this reaction, how it happens. So in this test tube, we have hydrochloric acid, which is transparent in color, and we added a piece of zinc metal, and now you can see these bubbles are forming in this solution, and these bubbles are nothing but hydrogen gas, which is trying to escape from this liquid. Okay, and once the reaction is complete, so the reaction mixture will be zinc sulfate and hydrogen will be liberated. So these are a few examples of chemical reactions that we can perform in a lab. Now, in the next lecture, we will see all those parameters which helps us to decide whether chemical reaction has taken place or not.